Racing's hometown, under green in Charlotte.
Why are the Charlotte races at night? Because the fans need the next day to recover. The Lowe's Motor Speedway has been a nightmare for many, turning victory into defeat and defeat into disgust.
It'd be hard for me to believe that some of these guys can pass the driver's test. Jimmy Johnson, the sweep of the season's races.
But for one driver, there is no greater high than Lowe's. Here, Jimmy Johnson has won 3 in a row. But here, he is remembered for finishing second. In May, Mark Martin was the star in the all-star race. Last week, this championship contender was back in victory lane. These chasers know what it means to win here. And the rest want to find out. The battle for the Nextel Cup is underway at Charlotte, where everyone wonders if this Saturday night show will feature another Chevy chase. And the field coming around to get the green this time by. Completing lap 130 with Elliott Sadler and Kurt Busch in Fords up front.
The first Chevy is back in 4th position, Kyle Busch.
Ryan Newman restarts 8th. 2 tires stop on the 12 car to get him back up front. We'll see how that works out.
The left side tires have not been any kind of issue at all. I guess that's why Ryan decided to try to get him some track position once again.
Murray taking a look. Kurt Busch's car has been really loose on the restarts, and it looks like he's still having trouble because down on the bottom and going to lose a couple more spots.
We watch the race. Check with Marty.
Sterling Marlin back behind in the garage here, and he said on the radio, gave no indication it was going to let go. Sterling?
No, we tore right rear up the run before, and it wasn't real bad. It got loose, and we took half a pound out of the right rear. And it was a little bit tight just riding, and I was running 8th or 9th where we was at, and no warning. And, just blew a tire out. But, I wish these owners, these tracks would, talk to somebody before they grind tracks and do stuff, because we had a good racetrack, and they messed it up.
You said you were being patient. Is there anything different the drivers can be doing, Sterling?
No, I mean, you drop a rag, you got to go fast as you can, and we had trouble here back in the late 80s with Hoosiers and Goodyears, and you just had to slow down, and we ain't gonna slow down. We're gonna go fast as we can. But I'd like to thank everybody on the Coors Light team. This is a new car we had at Kansas last week and really run good and run really good here, and the motor ran great, and we get back where we used to be, just can't get any luck.
It's a tough situation for these drivers. They have to go fast to keep up with everybody else, but they know the key to saving those tires is slowing down about half a second, and you just can't do that.
And again, they used a grinding process on this racetrack. They made it smoother and faster, but they have received a lot of complaints from the drivers. Humpy Wheeler, the president and general manager of the Lowe's Motor Speedway, confirmed this evening at the drivers' meeting that he will have this track resurfaced before the series comes back here in May.
And he apologized for the racetrack and said he appreciated these drivers working with him.
There's a lot of racing going on. That patience thing, Benny, starting to wear out a little bit.
Well, so far they have been patient. They're just waiting for the tires to blow. As this race progresses, the drivers will start trying to pick up positions, and that's when they start running into each other.
There'll be a lot less give and more take.
We went back to green on lap 131. So we'd be looking around lap 155 for trouble to break out again. Tony Stewart in the 20 with Dave Blaney on his hip.
Stewart goes by the 07, takes that spot away as Kurt Busch, 97, trying to get by Joe Nemechek. Kurt Busch restarted this thing in 2nd spot, is all the way back to 8th. Make that 9th.
Loose, it looks like. That car wants to spin out in the corners, so he can't get on the gas, and just got to be careful.
It's on board with Joe Nemechek, looking back at Tony Stewart. There's some racy guys behind this pack as well. There's Jeff Burton in the 31 car. 17th last time by. Time for the Singular Race Talk $1,031 challenge. NASCAR talking about putting a hard cap on how many teams an owner can have. What do you think? No limit? Limit of 3. To vote, you can text the word race to 191 on your singular wireless phone or go to NASCAR.com. You'll also be entered for a chance to win $1,031. Looking forward at Rusty Wallace there while we were on Burton's car. Rusty back in the 16th spot. There's Sadler up front. In his 14 races here, Elliott Sadler had led a total of 71 laps prior to tonight. Already 101 up front for Sadler in that 38 M&M's Ford.
And you see the 5 car of Kyle Busch was able to get by McMurray in the 42 and take over the second spot. So now the Chevy is chasing that Ford.
And it wasn't that long ago when you predicted how well Kyle would run in the second half of this season. He's already got a win, has 8 top 5s in the last 6 races. Got the win at California, 4th at Richmond, 2nd at Dover.
And it's good to see him running good here because, you know, with the shock thing that happened, everybody was like, oh, no wonder he ran so good. It was because of the shocks. Well, can't say that tonight.
Finished 2nd at Dover, and NASCAR took the shocks from the 5 car and also the 48. Both cars were legal in post-race inspection, but NASCAR was not happy with the intent of what the teams had done with the shocks and implemented a new rule last week before Kansas. And some of the teams got here and didn't realize that that rule was in effect for qualifying as well and had to adjust their shocks before they went out to practice. Jeff Gordon involved in an early wreck. I showed you the guys back in the garage working hard on that car to get Jeff back out, see if he can pick up some positions. Right now, scored 42nd, 94 laps down, but could possibly pass Dale Earnhardt Jr., Bobby Hamilton, and Sterling Marlin if he can meet the minimum speed and stay on the track. And under these conditions, that will not be any fun. Casey Kane in the 9, Kurt Busch right behind him, on board with Nemechek. Elliott Sadler up front by 0.2 of a second over Kyle Busch.
And the last time by, Kyle Busch ran 28.81. Unbelievably fast.
Matt.
Bill, he had a very productive month of May, won the Truck and Busch Series race here at Lowe's. Now trying to complete the cycle and get a cup win here on this 1.5 miles. Now, the car, he says, is free on the bottom, especially when he overdrives into the corners down in 3 and 4. But he is really reeling in the 38 car, getting ready to take the lead. Dave Burns.
And Matty, that 38 car is not turning as well as it was before. And Elliott blames it a little bit on the track, as if we weren't blaming enough on the track already. But he's just talking about the weather conditions. The track, as it cools, it tightens up a little bit. They're trying to keep up with that. And look at the move over, just let the 5 go by much faster.
Patience there.
And this groove is starting to get wider. I've been watching the cars in 3 and 4, and the groove is moving up the racetrack, so they're using more of the racetrack, which is a good thing.
So Kyle Busch has gone to the front. NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing from the Lowe's Motor Speedway, presented by the Principal Financial Group, live on NBC. Caution has just come out for Kyle Busch, the race leader.
You'll never guess why.
Tire issue?
Pretty obvious, huh? Man, this is so brutal.
No warning, boys. No warning.
Like Russian roulette. I mean, just don't know who it's going to be.
And that time,
when it's your turn.
I'm sorry, Wally, that was 19 green flag laps.
So we're getting less and less laps.
But he ran the car harder than most of these guys have been running the car.
Ran his fastest speed of the night on lap 140 10 laps ago.
There you see him going through the trial mode. Wow.
Almost the same spot that Junior at the wall, but now back in the wall again.
Coming at you.
Oh boy.
Fab shops will be busy this week.
Yes. So will Humpy's phone. Take a look at the Wendy's race menu. Next Sunday, Martinsville, Virginia. Last short track race of the season, the half mile up there, 12:30 Eastern time. Then on to Atlanta. Jimmy Johnson won there both those races a year ago. Then Texas, our first visit there.
Finally got a track hit home.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
Of course, our coverage begins each week with the Bank of America Countdown to Green. NBC, your exclusive home for the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship. 35 cars on the lead lap.
Well, pit road is open, and guess what's going to happen?
35 cars are going to come to pit road.
There you go.
Okay.
You got it in one, Bill.
That's only because there's 35 cars on the lead lap.
Right.
What there be more?
Matt Yoakum.
They're going to put a set of sticker tires, brand new tires on Mark Martin's Ford on this stop. He said it seems like every time we tighten the car up, we go slower. He liked the balance on the previous run. They're going to make a wedge adjustment. Let's head into the triples, starting with Snyder.
And Matt, Greg Biffle is very pleased with this race car. In the middle of your screen, he's running in the 3rd position. 4 new sticker tires. He came on the radio during that run, said, guys, the car is perfect. Obviously, no changes. 14-0 on the stop. Alan.
Tony Stewart told his team, I feel like I can run really solid laps this way. Very clean 4-tire stop. No changes, Dave.
New leader Elliott Sadler, top of your screen. It looks like very close going off of pit road. They changed 4 tires, made another wedge adjustment in the right rear of the car to keep the car a little bit freer turning.
A lot of traffic down there. We might see a speeding penalty here. We'll see what happens.
And Casey Mears looks like might have changed 2 tires to get out front. I know he came out front.
Just 19 green flag laps on that set. We'll sort the field, go back to racing when we come back to the Lowe's Motor Speedway at Charlotte.